sports fans. Good evening, everyone. It's funny that Courtney was. It's funnier when you realize that you're also on mute, Courtney. Good evening, everyone. This is Robert Young, joined by
Courtney Flick,
and on tech we got somebody who doesn't want to say his name, Dylan. And we're glad to have you for draw number 6 of the 2023 Junior Bonspiel. For the night's feature matchup, we will be having Team Carlson, Evan Carlson this time, taking on Team Peyton Marcin from Bowling Green Curling Club. We are currently starting a little bit earlier than expected. The original draw time was 6:30, but we had some technical issues. We were expecting a 7 o'clock draw time, and we managed to get under to 6:40, so we were pretty happy that we managed to save 20 minutes as opposed to where we were originally at. So we're very happy to have you joining us tonight. We are going to have an empty sheet A this evening. Developmental Curling finished up their last draw earlier this afternoon. On sheet C, our side sheet here, we're going to have Team Henrik Carlson going up against Team Stilp. And on sheet D, we will do our best to get you commentary on Team Major versus Team Tudor on sheet D. But right now,
I'm glad you got that covered.
Oh yeah, I feel like a well-oiled machine, well-practiced after all of this. We already got 6 people also join us. This is great.
I don't want to have to put my old lady glasses on to read the roster.
I'm just expecting you to hit me on my right shoulder going, hey, what's the words here? I can't see this.
Remember, there's children here.
I don't need that reminder.
No, that's what you're supposed to say
I
to
don't
me.
need that reminder one bit. All I need to remember is that this is Evan Carlson this time. It is not Henrik Carlson. I called Henrik Evan 3 times, so I must call Evan Henrik 3 times to balance the world out a little bit. So,
or just get it right.
I don't have to get it right if I don't want. I'm here for the comedy. I'm here for the entertainment.
You add a little color to the commentary.
I try to.
We're getting some guards in play here. You see that?
That's what we got.
I'm
we
not
sure
have, what.
We did have tick rule play.
Wait, we have a tick rule violation. I couldn't tell why Dylan was pointing at the camera.
Yeah, the fact that we started just a hair late, I didn't do my tick rule and play. Tick rule and play that I was doing all weekend. So.
Well, for those of you who are not familiar with the no tick rule, would you like me to explain it?
I would love for you to explain it. What is the tick rule?
So, similar to the free guard rule, the tick rule is in place when a guard is in the area between the hog line and the house and not in the house being the big bullseye, and the hog line being that big, thick blue line that they are about to cross with this rock. So that rock that you see that was the violating stone, it's touching that center line, and they knocked it off of that center line, which you are not allowed to do until which stone, Rob?
The 6th stone, after the 5th one. After the 5th one. After the 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, should we explain why that rule was put into place?
Joanne Courtney.
Not Joanne. She didn't play ticks.
No, she didn't, but she can sweep stuff into it. So, yeah. It's the legal rule.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean,
we've had,
there were a lot of really great leads playing the tick long before Lisa Eagle kind of made it a shot that she played regularly. I think, it was historically used later in games to keep the center line clear, but Team Homan was really kind of the innovator of using it all the time and getting a lot of rocks off the center line. She was very successful at making that shot, and so a lot of people do attribute it to her. But it made it very difficult for a team to steal points against a team because they could just keep that center line clear.
Now, just to further the point here. Now we know about the 5 guard rule, the five rock rule for the guard zone, right? So you cannot take out an opposition's guard. You can move things around a little bit, but you cannot do a takeout on a guard until your opposition's guard until the 6th rock. What are some differences here between the tick rule with that the guard zone? So there's 2 big differences, right, with the tick rule?
Well, it's the same number of rocks.
Right, but the 2 big differences between the 2 rules are what, though?
Well, is that it doesn't have to leave play to
Exactly.
be a violation. The other thing about it is you can't tick it into the house.
Okay.
So the no tick rule, even if you keep it on the center line and just tap it straight up, the no tick rule, if it goes into the house, it's considered a violation.
Now, sometimes...
Were those the 2 you were thinking
Yeah,
of?
those are the 2 I was thinking of. The other thing also that with some people have to keep in mind is that it is you may return or you may do it. So the offended skip, I guess is what, or the offending skip, I can't remember the proper term here, but they do have the option of putting it back or leaving it lie. So if you intentionally did the tick, they'll put it back. But if you did it by accident, for some skips, they'll be like, yeah, leave it where it is, that's fine, right? Because it's a may ability, if I'm not mistaken. Is it a may or is it a required?
No, you can choose
Yeah.
to leave it
Yeah.
if you so choose.
So that was the first end rules recap. We're going to do the rules recap on the 5th end, sponsored to you by insert sponsor here. Somebody fix that in post. But yeah. So looking at the, let's see, we're now currently in Vice's rocks here on sheet B. Ben Peters for Team Carlson, currently in the hack. We got 2 yellow guards, center line-ish, and it looks like Evan is calling. I originally thought it was a draw behind the guards, but I believe it's just now going to be a hit and roll behind guards. So control hit here. A lot of our competitive teams had an opportunity to do extra hit practice today because at noon, we had our developmental teams play on sheets B and C, and on sheets A and D, we had trick shots. So we had an attempt for the Hackner double, as well as the Jones in-off. And those were things that we were doing at noon today, and a lot of our competitive teams took part in the trick shots. So a lot of people got some hit weight practice in today, and it definitely showed earlier today.
Awesome.
So we managed to get the hit and roll from Ben, which was great. And it looks like it might be, if not a draw, which it is a draw weight for sure. It's a draw or like a hack hit. But it's a little wide out there. He needs to come over a bit.
Yep. So he's sweeping to try to get some curl out of that rock. Didn't quite come over enough, but it's something that I think Evan really needs to deal with this rock. It's easily promotable, even though it's not shot stone. I like the call to hit. It's not without risk. If you're a little wide on this, you could jam that red rock into the yellow one in the back of the forefoot. But I think this is a smart call. And definitely doesn't look like it's wide. It's curling. This looks like it could be a pretty nice shot.
This needs to curl a hair.
Oh, yep. No jam, though. Leaves the rock in a good spot.
It does leave open the a draw path if they wanted to go after it. And I think that might actually be the call here to like draw frozen if you for some tolerance there, but.
Yeah, I think a little roll would have been really nice.
Oh, yeah.
This leaves, I think it looks like they may be going for the draw. If they can freeze one to that rock in the back four, I think that'd be a good shot.
Yeah. We are currently already on Skip's rocks on sheet C, as you can see on our on the left side of the right side of your screen here. Henrik Carlson. I did it the wrong name again.
Henrik.
The Fedora Carlson.
Fedora Carlson.
Henrik is already throwing his first of Skip's rocks on sheet C.
I have to say, Liam Keane is looking very handsome in those glasses.
Oh, yeah. At the minute you compliment Liam, they're off. All right, so it looks like the draw attempt from Team Marcin came up a bit short, so advantage to Evan Carlson now. Looks like it's going to be a draw on the intern side to, just plant one top 8 behind the guards. Top 8 would be a great place for it. Sitting 3 with hammer, putting some pressure on Team Marcin early. Team Marcin did have a draw at 3:30 today. So I want to say all 3 of them. Yeah, 3 teams out of the 6 that are currently on the ice right now just played at 3:30, just like it happened last night. So last night we also had 3 teams do double headers, and I don't believe that they were the same team.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah, well, they're young; they can bounce back. So here's Evans first. It is in the weeds a little bit, so we've been having some slower ice than normal this weekend as compared to what we normally have. I didn't see any rock boxes earlier either, so.
Ooh,
Ben
a very emphatic
calling.
sweep call. This
And
looks like it's just
digging
really light.
a lot there.
Yeah.
It might not even be a guard, a 1. They're
Oh.
dragging it for a 1. That's a 17, so that's a pretty slow ice there. But it does block the draw path on that side. So Peyton's got to figure out how are you going to get in there. And I think the best way to do is probably just draw side 4-foot or pop the yellow.
Looks like they're looking at the tap on the guard that.
Yeah, and if you nose, if you're heavy and you nose it, you at least get rid of one of their shooters, one of the shot rocks. So that's a good call. We got 15 viewers. Hello, 15 plus viewers. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Keeping in mind that we're one of those viewers. So.
Shh. No one needs to know that. We are at the hammer shot right now on sheet C to the right of your screen. Looks like it's a heavy draw for more than 1. If they can get some speed on that back yellow, they'll be able to get rid of it. Weight looks good, but it's dragging a bit. All right, so it looks like it might be a shot, a draw for 1 on there for Team Stilp. We'll get confirmation here that shortly, but I think that was just a 1. Yeah, I'm getting a 1 there, so I believe just 1 for red. No, that was a steal of 1.
A steal of 1?
I believe because Evan's brother, Henrik, see, I fixed it. Yeah, I did it. I've got to stop this. Yeah, that might have been a steal, 1 yellow there.
Oh, I missed what happened on our feature sheet. What?
I think it was a flash.
Oh, goodness. Oh, it just ticked off. Because I was going to say, it looks like that guard has moved.
So here's Evan's second chance on the draw weight here. He just needs to touch paint for 3 here.
He's definitely given this one some extra gas.
Yeah, but also it's a little wide out, so it's going to start to drop here soon.
Looks like they've got plenty of house to work with.
Yeah. They don't want to get
really
caught here.
Good here.
Nicely done here for Team Carlson. Team Henrik Carlson. See, I made a mistake, yeah. Sitting 3, so that's 3 yellow on sheet B. With hammer, nicely done. I believe we are on the last of Skips Rocks on sheet D right now. It looks like it is Team Major is sitting 3 yellow. And Team Tudor needing to freeze or at least take out one of the yellows. I'm thinking is going to be a freeze attempt, or at least a button draw attempt on D.
On D.
Needs a little bit more juice there.
Oh, just a steal. Oh, maybe 2.
No, because it's going to be hammer shot now for Major. So Major's got an opportunity now in their hammer shot to sit forward.
That wasn't hammer.
And it looks like it's a little deep there. It looks like it's going to be top 4. I wonder if that was the call.
No, the call was top 8, top 12.
Okay, nice.
And I'm going to say, I I hate that call. Because
It's
if you're gonna
juniors.
put,
It's
well,
juniors.
okay, but why would you put that rock in the top?
I'm just letting you know it's juniors.
I know,
So.
but this is an opportunity to learn.
Okay, so you do not like that this early. So.
No. I don't mind coming in the house, but why would you put a top 12? The goal here is to have a guardable rock after this. You know, a good rock, a rock that, you know, they're eventually going to have to deal with. Why would you want it in the top 12?
That is a good point. You want something that you would rather have a 3-guard, 2-guard, or a top 4. So yes, I agree.
Ooh, they made the shot for 4 on sheet D.
Nicely done. So yeah.
Oh, it looks like it just hung on out there. Wow. And so this guard did not come over very far.
Tick rule is in play.
The red guard. I think they would happily take a tick if they got one. Generally speaking, a team with hammer would not prefer to have a guard on the center line.
That's correct.
Particularly guarding this really nice stone in the top 4.
Agreed.
Much better than guarding a rock in the top 12.
Absolutely.
But so now this leaves them with the opportunity to put up another guard and really shut this down out front. But this guard is really under curling. So they're trying to bring it in the house to get something out of it.
And it looks like it's just misbiting. It might actually be biting from our perspective. We might be a little off there.
Yeah, I think it is biting. It looks like it's probably in.
And it looks like Peyton is calling just for the takeout on the shot rock right now, and try to flop behind that 3-guard that was just thrown.
Are they hitting this rock?
They're hitting and flopping behind.
Oh, hitting and flopping.
Yeah, that was what I saw.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
It's a little on the wide side. Sweepers calling for
down weight though, so hopefully they'll get. Oh man, it's really running quite straight. So that should stick around. That's actually quite a good shot. It kind of requires that Team Carlson deal with that rock.
Yeah.
So, unless they make absolutely a perfect roll, they'll have another opportunity to play that hit and roll under their own guard with the next rock. It's nice to see a lot of Potomac junior curlers out here.
I was really happy to see a lot of triangle and southern curlers out there. We had a player out there from Georgia down there. We've got a few
fantastic.
North Carolina players. So as a North Carolina boy, I'm very happy to see the southern contingent come up here for Bonspiel. So
yeah,
it looks like a little down.
Oh,
You make contact, but it does. The roll is a nice one.
Or is it going to remove it? Not quite.
But
it does. That is a really nice shot.
And that looks almost fully buried.
Wow, and I think he just got it out of the house. I think that was about as good as you could make that shot.
Probably, yeah. Looks like normal weight here was just thrown firm.
Uh-oh, it's getting really close to this guard.
Yeah, I've been noticing that a lot this weekend. These up weights close to the center line have not been curling it. Have been curling a lot more than you would expect.
Yeah.
Could just be handle the way that they're releasing it, but it just tends to be moving a lot on them. But I also noticed that on Thursday night as well when I was playing on my Thursday night league. So seems to be very handle sensitive on these up weights. So
yeah. Yep, and Evan is indicating he'd like another guard, really tight to the house to make it difficult to kind of play like a down weight around it. He's saying it's okay if it goes in. The only good thing that we can say about wrecking on the guard is that they did get a corner guard out of the situation, but it's a little late in the end, so it may not come into play at this point.
And I think for me, this is why I would prefer a little bit higher of a guard than a tighter guard, because that way, if it's a tight guard, if they do hit, if Team Marcin does hit and roll behind that cover, so like 2-guard, I would like it. Makes the run back a little bit more difficult, and you don't get a roll behind that corner guard. So.
Yeah. Well, this is, they're going to get another opportunity at this hit, so that's good for them.
I'm being asked if I saved food. Do I have the $50? It is vital, after all. Sorry about that. I got a text message earlier asking me to save some blondies earlier. I was told it was vital. It's also vital that I get $50, and it's also vital that hit. Oh, that was a really beautiful hit.
Nice shot.
Get the double, and you managed to roll to the edge there.
Up.
So, and if I'm not mistaken, that's not biting in the back. So
no.
Nicely done. I believe that was Jacob. I believe that was the vice for Team Marcin. If I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that was actually that was the second. That was Jake, I believe. Nope, I'm looking at the wrong one. Cooper Davis. Huh? Who was that? Oh, Zach. Sorry. That was Zach on Team Marcin. My apologies, y'all. Double check something right quick. So there is no Cooper.
There is no Cooper.
Okay. Zach.
We've been lied to.
Well, truthfully, I have not actually double checked though, so my bad.
Yeah, they probably printed up these rosters a little early. So an interesting choice here by Team Carlson. They had two options. They could chase after that red that's out in the wings, and they chose to play the draw under the close to center guard, and came a bit heavy. This rock is fairly buried, but it's pretty far away from the guard, so we should see kind of a downweight hit here.
And this is looking to be about hack to board too, so yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. I don't know that they really need to make it curl all that. Oh, yeah, it's running quite straight at this weight. They're
coming down a little bit.
They might have made it curl too much, and because it was only draw weight.
Well, it was close to, it was hack weight, but you're going to get a lot of dig towards the end there. Ooh. So it definitely came down a lot.
Wow, yeah. The ice is running a little bit slow tonight. It would seem.
I'm showing a time of 12.5 from hog to hog, and that's traditionally a down weight hit here. And it just came up the minute it starts digging. It also curls a lot there as well. So it's just a hair down. The line was really good there, but we have an opportunity here for Evan Carlson, for Ben to put some pressure here on the end. And it looks to be a repeat of the last shot. Try to draw top of the house, buried behind the guard, or maybe showing a peak, maybe showing a little bit, curling a bit now. Weight looks a little warm. They're calling top house from the sweep. Center line, full 8, touch in top 4. So yellow sitting 1-2, and it's definitely something that Peyton Marcin has to deal with. Looks like they're calling for a normal hit here. They hit nose on this. You do get the double. If it curls up just a hair, you're going to flop nicely behind a guard. So here's Jacob's Jacob's second here. Needs to curl a bit. It's a little wide. Gets rid of one. So not bad at all. And it looks like Evan for Team Carlson, the skip, is lining up for a repeat on the draw attempt, or at least like top 8 attempt.
Sorry, I was helping get the team updated because we had Cooper on the stream, and since there is no Cooper, we are taking that off.
Thank you very much, coaching support for Team Marcin to update us on that. I haven't commented on a feature sheet with a feature game with Team Marcin yet, so it's nice to get that correction. So thank you. Evan Carlson's first here. They're calling never. It looks a little hot here from the warm room.
A little hot.
A little wide.
Uh-oh.
It's digging a bit. but it's going to probably end up being full 12 in the back.
Oh.
Biting 12.
And it's
just through. All right.
So this will give Marcin an opportunity here to hit and sit 3. This is an interesting turn of events here in this end. There could be some argument made with a 3-point lead that maybe Team Carlson should have thought about maybe hitting one of those 2 red rocks in the house. But you know what? If you're feeling the draw, you got to play what you're feeling.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, it didn't work out, and it'll give Team Marcin a chance to sit 3 here.
I think that was fair for them to go after something that they had just seen the line for. So yeah. Also, you always want to try to get your skip dialed into draw weight. So more attempts on the draw, the better that you're going to get later down the road. So 3 steps ahead kind of thing. Weight looks good here. Looks like board weight.
It's
nice spinner, but it
definitely
needs
looks a little light. No, don't make it curl. I'm worried that this. Maybe you do need to make it curl. Oh gosh, this one's running really straight.
Yep. There's a lot more rotation than.
Shoot, but it hangs on in the back, Rob.
I think it does hang on for that. I think that the weird bit of information that the skips are trying to figure out is the hit line, because I'm noticing that Marcin has a tendency to have a little bit more rotation with what you would see from a hit weight, and that's not moving as much. And some of the hits that we've been seeing have regularly been a little bit less in the rotation, causing more curl to occur. So trying to balance that information has got to be tough because of the differences in rotation.
Oh goodness, Freya on sheet C, Freya Stilp is looking at a house that, I see. They do have one. It looks like she's second counter in the back. For a second, I thought she was looking at drawing against quite a few, but it looks like it's only against one.
This line looks like she's just going for a draw.
To the side
for one.
Yeah.
And here's Carlson now. Evan's second shot here. A lot of communication. It looks a little warm.
Still a bit heavy. Uh-oh.
Calling 13-2, but it looks like it's going to be full back 12. And from the warm room, it does look like they're sitting 1-2. Looking at this, Courtney, I don't see
a doubles situation.
I do if they want to come in on the out turn side past the guard, but it's gonna
make the double. I don't think so.
You'd risk losing your shooter. You risk losing a red either direction you go in.
I know to make that double around the outside of that guard. I think you'd have to throw just through, and you'd never make the double.
I agree.
That way. I think you draw for one here. It's disappointing, but you know what they say about junior boys. If there's a hit to be thrown, they'll usually throw it. But I'm not sure that I think there's a hit to be thrown here. You might be able to get enough curl past that guard to make contact with that shot stone yellow.
Yep.
But it's going to jam. To try to make that double, it's going to jam into the red, and I just don't see you getting 2 out of it. So I think,
just an update for everybody. Unfortunately, the draw attempt for Team Stilp was just a hair short. So it's a steal of 1 for Henrik Carlson. So they're going to go up 2-0 after 2 ends on sheet C. On sheet D, we are on Skips Rocks, and it does look like on sheet D, if I'm not mistaken, that's Owen or Major. Yeah, Team Major, I believe, is in yellow. Has command of the house. They're sitting 2 yellow behind some guards here, so it looks like it's going to be Team Tudor needing to first open up a path to get to there. And here we go with Marcin's last. Line's looking, needs to curl a little bit more. Well, looks like a measure, maybe 1 red there.
Hard to say.
Maybe. They're calling yellow 1, I believe. Yes, they're calling yellow 1. So that's a steal of 1 for Carlson, going up 4-0 after 2. One thing that was what was fun about most of the ends that we were seeing for the junior Bonspiel is the level of activity in the back of the house. Last night there was literally one game where there was an end with 13 rocks in the back of the house. It looked like somebody had taken a mixed doubles game and just downshifted it to the back of the house.
Well, that sounds exciting.
It was fun. If it's in the house, it means it could count for something, so it's definitely playable. So one thing while we are getting started with the third end here, curious to know how my co-commentator here is looking forward to their experience in Krill Masabi coming up. When are you heading up to the cash field, Courtney?
Oh, goodness. We leave on Thursday, and we have 2 games on Friday, 2 games on Saturday, and then depending on how we do, maybe playing on Sunday. But yes, how do I feel about it? I'm excited. I love my team. I think we're going to have a blast. They are 3 girls that I very much enjoy playing with. It is a very tough competition event, and I'm just going to try to keep my chin up and hope that we can pull off a couple wins and see what happens.
I am so jealous of you. I cannot wait to one day do an event like that. I've been trying to do an event like that. I look forward to going to an event where I get my butt kicked. I know it's going to be that way, and I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I want, because it's a learning experience. I really want that.
I've gotten my butt kicked at some cash fields in the past.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Delaney Strauss, Kim Rhyme. Tabitha Peterson's going to be there. A lot of high-end, high-quality female curling.
I don't know that Tab's going to be there.
I saw the roster on the website. She's going to be there.
They are now?
Yeah.
I thought they were supposed to play somewhere else. They're not in my... So they didn't get enough teams, and so we play the 2 other teams in our pool, and then we have to play the first place seed in the other pool of 3.
One of my favorite Canadian teams is going to be there.
Laurie St. George.
Yes, I love them. I haven't seen them play. I didn't see them play at all last season. I couldn't, but I know that they're starting to get back into things for the Quebec playdown.
Yeah, I enjoy watching her and Felix Esselin play
on mixed doubles. They're so much fun to play.
They're a really cute couple, and they have a nice dynamic playing together, and they're both incredible curlers. So they're fun to watch. So the setup we've got here. So we have a rock in the back 4-foot. And then we have a center guard and a corner guard, and it looks like the Ohio team is trying to draw under that corner, but they're just not getting enough curl here. And they're going to, we may see,
Yeah.
We have another tick violation.
Tick rule violation. Tick rule. While we were updating you all on sheet B, there was an attempt for a draw on sheet D to try to outcount the 2 yellow, and it just flashed the house. So that's going to be a steal of 2 for Team Major. So after 2 ends on sheet D, Major's up 6-0. Tudor had plenty of time left to get back on the board and get this game going. As we saw from earlier today, it's easy to pick up 4 and get back into a game.
Yeah.
So definitely not out with the scores right with a score like that. So.
You're using a Laura Yee term, flashing a draw.
Flashing a draw? I did learn it from her. I love it. Laura Yee.
Laura Yee coined the she was doing a lot of that at a Bonspiel that we played at.
I will tell you, I have talked to her about a mixed competition. Your name came up. So just put that out into the univerce. Please.
Into the ether.
Please,
planting the seed of
let me.
Laura Yee, Courtney, almost called myself my dead name.
I offered, and she's like, her eyes lit up. She's like, that'd be great. And I'm like, yes, I'm in. All right, great. All right, so it looks like we got, I believe that's Zach. I'm not, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that, I believe, wait, hold on. I did update this. Zach Meyer, throw in some heat there. Try to open up the path to get at that one-shot rock for Carlson, which is sitting back button, or back 4, I should say. William being asked to put the guard back. Or, I just heard firm, so I guess they're taking out the centerline guard. Peel the guards here.
Rob, we have a question from a listener.
Ooh.
Who do you think is the best Spider-Man? A non-curling related question.
Oh, Miles Morales.
Who's that?
Exactly. No, I love Into the Spider-Verse, the Sony animated movie series. I'm not really a big Peter Parker fan. I like Miles Morales. I think he's got a really cool perspective on the Spider-Man story. However, I know what this question is asking, and I'm a Tobey Maguire guy. Like that's going to be my Spider-Man.
Okay.
Although I do think Tom Holland did an excellent job, and I love Marissa Tomei as Aunt May. So the new iteration's great. I do need to know what your opinion is, though. Who's your Spider-Man?
This is not my question.
You pose it. I am offering it back to you after we see this hit attempt here from Zach.
Who was it? Who was the Spider-Man in the what was the crossover with like the Avengers and stuff?
That's Tom Holland.
Okay, that is Tom Holland.
Yes.
I liked that guy.
I liked his Peter Parker, but I like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man better. So
how do you feel about Andrew Garfield?
I have not seen it because to me it was so his Spider-Mans were so close to Tobey Maguire's Spider-Mans. I'm like, I don't want to rewatch a movie that I just watched 3 years ago.
Gotcha.
So I love Andrew Garfield. I love Emma Stone. I just didn't want to watch it.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, so back to the game. We're just exchanging some hits now.
I don't know. You're making me ask questions about superheroes. I might have to throw superhero questions at you now.
Okay. I prepare to be underwhelmed at my knowledge of superheroes.
Oh, if I know anything due to my current job, it is knowing what it feels like to be underwhelmed after asking questions. All right. Looks like we got, I believe this is Jacob Luce or Luce.
This is a really nice opportunity here to maybe hit this yellow and flop under the corner guard. It looks like it's curling a lot, though.
Yeah, it might be ticking the guard.
Oh, no, but
just
roll it
ticks.
in, roll it in. It's going to roll too far.
I think it might actually be T. It might be on the line.
Say.
That's almost as spinny as the nicotine spinner.
The nicotine spinner.
That was one of my favorite shots I've ever seen. It's so cool. And how we did not play that in the trick shot. We're doing that next year.
Oh.
The nicotine spinner draw is so good.
The nicotine spinner draw.
It's so good. Wasn't not even a draw. It was like a back line.
I mentioned that to a non-curler because they were asking me a question about the number of rotations, and they had seen it. Like that video even made it outside of the curling sphere.
Yeah. My brother works for USA Baseball, and they said USA Baseball was looking at it.
What?
Well, this was after my brother, who works at USA Baseball, went down to Florida for a governance meeting for all the national governing bodies, and he gets paired up with our representative from the USA Curling Association, Dean Gemmel, who I curled with at Plainfield for several years. So now my brother now knows a member of Plainfield. When they introduced each other, they're like, yeah, I curl out of New Jersey. My brother goes, oh, yeah, my brother used to curl out of New Jersey. Well, I curl at Plainfield. My brother curled there. Who's your brother? Robert Young. Oh, yeah, I know Rob. He sure does love his curling, doesn't he?
You love your curling.
I do. I can't help it. Hit attempt here. Hit and flop over. Good hit. Just needed a bit more for the roll to get behind a corner guard, but good attempt there from Jacob.
The good news is it's looking pretty good here for the Ohio team to score. You know, they've got a relatively open house situation, only that very wide corner guard. I think Evan's trying to decide here which way to roll with this, and I like the roll back to center personally. Even if you rolled too far and even if you rolled too far and left a double on those 2 yellows, like you're getting it away. You might as giving them a blank isn't the end of the world. You don't want to give them an opportunity to freeze for shot under that corner. Then you're at a real risk for giving up 2.
Agreed.
So I like this. I didn't see what the end result was, but he was kind of. I think, obviously first choice is get rid of the rock. He is.
Seems like a little tight. Now they're calling it needs to curl a little bit. Sweeping for the curl. Look, it's going to be hit and roll out. It just needs to curl a bit more. Got contact, but the roll out. So
I'd like to see I will say it will be hard for Team Marcin to get shot stone under this red guard, so I think that's why he's going for the hit here.
I agree. One thing I like to point out is on sheet C, Team Stilp now with the hammer shot. Looks like it's going to be...
She's already sitting 1.
She's already sitting 1. It looks like she just needs to do a nice board weight nose hit to get their deuce here, so... We'll see Freya from Potomac go after this hit. There's a nose hit here. Get your deuce.
I have to say, I'm really happy to see her out there skipping. Freya's a real fixture around this club, and she's plays a lot, practices a lot. She's a good little curler. I think I jinxed her into maybe pitching that one a little bit wide.
They did get their single, though. They did get their one there, so that's good.
So, it's a tight game over there.
Yep. Good hit here from Peyton for their first with hammer. So looks like it's going to be Evan just going to be trading hits. Try to hit and stick would be really nice for Evan. Even if you roll to the center line, that's going to be great too. But try to make it difficult for the blank.
It's really fun to see so many kids of different ages in this event as well.
I like to remind everybody whenever I see Andrew Hooper out there, who I swore up until yesterday was 25. And when I saw him on the ice, I'm like, well, what's Andrew Hooper? The faded pink shirt and the hat.
Oh, yeah.
Thought he was in his 20s. Nope, he's 17.
Okay.
So I had a little bit of a moment there to deal with. Looks like William being asked to try to get some curl on that. Just stays a little bit on the wide side. So we have a blank house here. And the question is going to be go for a single or just keep the hammer advantage going into the fourth. We're currently on the fourth end here on sheet C, and it looks like we are still in Vice's rocks on sheet D with the Tudor major game.
There's a lot of discussion happening here. I assume this is just going to be a throw through to carry the hammer into the next end, but
that looks like draw weight.
Maybe. Oh no. Are they thinking about taking their one here? I guess.
There is currently a last call for tacos.
Last call for tacos. I might go get a taco quick. I'll be back in a minute.
Go enjoy your tacos. So, draw to back 12. So, Team Marcin takes a single here, going down 4-1 after a 3. So, nice draw there. We take a look over at sheet C right now. Got a nice center guard for Team Stilp. And back of the house, shot rock for Henrik Carlson there. I think Stilp wanting just probably to freeze to that back rock there, but it looks like it's a little warm. Might check up a little bit. Sorry. Makes contact, just like maybe backline weight on that one, so not bad at all. Still stays around. Team Marcin a little deep on that, going to the top 8 and not touching the center line. So looks like Evans is going to call for a control hit and roll to the wings there, asking Sylvan, I believe, for control hit and roll. Got to love it when you're a lead, you get to throw a hit. It's few and far between, you got to savor it as best you can. Colin for between control and normal, so William on the sweep to curl. Starting to curl nicely here. Sort of roll to the center line. You get contact, that's really good. The taco looks really good there, Courtney.
So what I missed, the guard slipped in the house?
I believe it was a guard attempt that did slip in the house. I couldn't tell if it was a guard or if it was an intention to be a draw. I didn't check it. I was looking at updates on sheet C, but yeah, I think they're calling out for the freeze into the top 12 to freeze to the yellow shot rock right now. And unfortunately, it's a hogged rock there on the guard attempt here from Team Marcin. So Team Carlson, Evan calling for a heavy draw, like back 4 weight, possibly going for the split here. That's the call I heard.
I'm back.
You're back. Nice hit on sheet C.
Yeah, stick around for a second shot.
Yep. Nicely done there. I believe that was, my apologies, I believe that was Noah, yeah. So here's Sylvan's attempt. It's just heavy draw. They're saying this top 4, it's a little, now they're calling back A. So they think the weight's there. Now they're just hoping they can get contact on either side for the split here. Looks a little bit warmer. That probably was like maybe hack weight, but they got some separation there, so they're sitting 2 now.
Yeah, I think there were a couple shot options there. It was a pretty good rock. You could have thrown a guard on that.
Yeah.
And really kind of forced the issue a bit. I would have liked to see that probably. I mean, you have a 3-point lead, but
I wonder if the last guard attempt from Team Marcin kind of like maybe put a pin in that idea. Like, do we want to risk another a guard that's going to get hogged again? So I've noticed.
No, I was thinking for.
No. I agree. No, I'm just like when you like, I'm noticing that a lot of people have a tendency to like, oh well, if that guard attempt got hogged, I might like not see. I haven't seen a lot of people go for an attempt that was just previously hogged.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And again here, I think maybe this would be one of those moments that would be good to talk about after the game in terms of shot calling here.
Yeah.
You know, they were calling to a rock in the top of the house, which if you make the freeze, you would be making the freeze for 3rd shot. You know, I think I would have liked to see them come down to the one in the back of the house, or they could have actually drawn around that one in the top 12. So I think that's a kind of a learning moment, maybe.
Okay.
For these kids.
Sweeping for the curl now for Williams first. Just touching that guard and just flopping over to touch the center line. So we got a center line guard now, and we've got a shot we have a 3rd shot here for Team Marcin. So Evan's still sitting 1-2, spread out.
What's Evan saying? Oh,
are we something?
We're coming out for. We're trying to decide if it was
if they were able to do it, because it wasn't a tick, but they didn't know if they were able to move a guard into the house. So this is what we were talking about earlier with that no tick rule, because sometimes it can get a little confusing what you can do to a guard if it's not a tick versus a tick. You can promote a guard into the house unless it's on the center line.
I think something exciting is happening on sheet D. This is hammer on sheet D.
Wow, they're definitely going at a good clip here.
So B for 2. It looks like they're just drawing. Oh,
Oh,
gosh.
it just touches the guard. Oh, line looked good.
Yeah. Was maybe a bit late.
So that's going to be a 1 for Major. Shooter's still looking to get on the scoreboard here. Team Stilp looks like it's
Oh,
be
goodness.
splitting.
And they returned the favor on sheet B, tapping that yellow guard into the house. This has been a lot of line challenges with these shots. I think I'd love to see Team Marcin play a hit at this point. You know, I'd like to see them. Oh, I guess we're drawing.
No, I think that call was the hit though. I saw the hit motion on the top one. I think that was the call I saw. I could very well be wrong, but you're right. It's the draw. I thought I saw a motion that was indicating the hit.
They've been struggling a little bit with draw weight and draw line. I'd love to see, particularly with that counter in the back.
That
this
over
one.
curls a lot.
Yeah, just a little late.
14-8 though, so yeah, it definitely was with this ice, it was definitely like a 3 guard. So
Yeah.
So how are we looking on sheet C here? On sheet C,
Oh, it looks like Freya's sitting 1, maybe 2.
I believe it is 2. I don't think the back yellows are.
Oh yeah,
counting.
it's that back yellow is not even really.
Yeah, so I think it's Stilp is
So
sitting
she drawing
2.
to sit 3 then. That's the tables have turned a little bit.
I wonder-
Earlier in the game, every time we looked over, it seemed like lots of yellows in the house. But
I wonder if it's a guard attempt rather than a draw.
it's
Not
a
really
lot of
sure.
ice.
It's a lot of ice. It could be very well guarding, or at least half guarding the draw path. I'm not really quite sure yet. Because I wasn't paying attention to the shot here. So let's
On
take
our
a look
sheet,
at. Go ahead.
oh, I was going to say on our sheet, Evan is asking Ben Peters to remove this rock. I'm not sure. I didn't see the call, so I'm not sure if nosing was the call or if we were trying to peel it out. But I like. Oh.
The sweepers on Team Stilp going very hard to get it over the hog line, but unfortunately just a bit on the just a little light on that one. So Henrik Carlson playing the advantage right now. I believe it's draw. Look at entertaining the possibility of some hits on sheet C. And on sheet B, back on our feature sheet, looks like it's going to be a draw attempt on the out turn side.
Oh, I'm coming up light again. Just struggling a little bit on the draw weight. You know, it's possible playing back-to-back games that maybe the speed's just not what they were used to.
Oh yeah, they were.
In the previous game.
Well, the ice on sheet A definitely got caught up where they could throw those, and they were definitely going to be. I was timing it. They were definitely getting caught up weight on that. So only getting a turnover about like maybe 40, 30 minutes. I can't remember how much, and then probably still dialed into that ice. It's going to take a little bit to get shaken off there. So they'll be able to do it. I believe they can.
Yeah.
Henrik Carlson on sheet C, weight looks just a bit up. It needs to come down a little bit, and Hooper is sweeping. Oh, that was like backline weight.
Almost got enough curl.
Back of the house party.
Well, he's having a good time.
Absolutely.
And that's what's important.
And if I may say, dapperest looking. He looks really good in that fedora. So nicely done on the hat selection there. Looks like we got a draw here. William trying to push it in a little bit, but he got sitting 1, 2, 3, 4 now for Carlson. And it doesn't seem to have a straightforward triple there for Marcin to try to move any of that bundle. So I think they're going to go back over for that draw attempt on the out-turn side for Peyton's first without hammer.
Oh goodness, yeah, I forgot they do not have hammer this end.
I'm not really seeing, if you take a look at the bundle, if you take a look at the bundle on the left, I don't see a triple. I see a couple doubles, but I don't really see a triple opportunity.
Nope, I don't either. Unless you manage to make the cross house, if you hit the one that's closer to the center line and get the one in the back.
I wonder if you nose the one that's sitting to the left of that. I wonder if a nose
you get
will
those
cross
too.
But you're gonna. I think
I
got
kind of turned around on who had hammer in this end because the Bowling Green team was not hitting those rocks. I would have maybe been a little bit more conservative and played some hits instead of continuing to go for the draw.
Also, in fairness, you were consuming taco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
I was distracted by taco.
Sheet C right now throwing hammer rock. It looks like it's going to be.
Freya got her guard in play.
Freya got her guard, so it's looking to be a draw for a single here. But it looks like a little up, and it looks like it's going to crash on that guard.
That guard did its job.
And it looks like a steal of 2 for Stilp.
Just 2, hopefully.
Yep, steal of.
It's close.
That's close.
It's hard from our angle here.
We're thinking 2. Our tech says 2. I say measure.
Oh, that's a nice shot on our
Nicely
sheet.
done.
I was looking at sheet C, and I have been informed from the
Can we go to
parents
replay
in the warm room
and do 10
that
seconds?
shot
replay?
was called and made.
Hit negative 10, and then go. There it is. Oh, sorry. Negative 20. No. All right. Just go back to play. Sorry. I was playing with that earlier on tech, and it just gets a little finicky. Nicely done by Team Marcin there. Marcin, sorry. And I believe
Evan's looking at playing the double run, well, really kind of the triple run, to try to maybe move that rock. And if it's not made exactly, then at least to kind of potentially open things up and give him a simpler shot to remove it with his last. I like this call.
Yeah, I do too.
I know. Excuse me, were you sitting back there when he called something and I said I hated it? I should be nice. I'm being nice. I'm going to have Eric talk to him about first rock placement. Yeah, get a video of this. It could be this will be a highlight reel. I want it to. I hope he makes it because
Evan changing the handle on this. It's still going to the same hit, but changing the handle.
Don't change the handle from the house or from the hack. What are you doing? We've got the parents watching this one.
Sweeping for curl here. A lot of motion.
Nice
moves
shot.
out the red. Carlson not only sits the 3, but a huge sigh of relief coming from Evan there.
He was so cute. He was like, whoa.
Oh. I didn't hear whoa. All I heard was, oh.
That was a great shot.
Nicely done. It does, however, give Peyton an opportunity 2 ways to get a draw in there. So which end do they want to, which direction do they want to come from? I think the better shot here is going to be going the outturn side. If they ever sink one in there, the angle is going to be tough there. Still waiting for a score update on sheet C. I think it was a steal of 2.
So
just waiting to find out if it was 2 or 3 or not. But we know for certain they got a minimum of 2 for red on sheet C. And on sheet D, they are currently they're still in the middle of the 4th inning, which is good. All right. Just want to make sure that we're not losing pace on anything. But anyway, you were saying, Courtney?
Was I saying something?
I thought you were about to say something before I cut you off.
Oh, so it looks like we're playing potentially the draw down to the back one. maybe.
I think that's the right direction. I think that's the right call. I mean, if you're ever a little warm, you're just gonna hit it. You might be able to flop around a little bit, make it more difficult for Evan to get.
I'm not sitting in the right angle to tell how buried that rock is.
I think they can see about half.
Yeah. This looks like it's definitely got the weight. The question is, how's the line? They're sweeping.
The moment you said it, they're sweeping for curl right now. Good weight though. It looks like it looks
actually pretty good.
It's coming down a lot though. That's looking like board back line, but I think the point here is to make sure that they. All right, so they're sitting shot right now.
It's a nice shot. I suspect that he should be able to pick it.
Yeah, pick here. It sits 3. So yep. They're just getting confirmation how much they can see from the hack right now.
I will say I'm very impressed with Peyton Marcin. Has made some really clutch shots in some ends here that were, really not looking so good for them.
If I may add to that, he's been making some clutch shots all weekend.
Oh, good.
So very consistent with his shot calling, and his vice, Jacob, has been doing a wonderful job taking control of the shots from the house. So well done to a great back end for Team Marcin.
Yeah. There's some crazy broom action going on sheet C. Hopefully this isn't too distracting. I guess when you're playing at a junior Bonspiel, sometimes there may be a bit of distraction on neighboring sheets.
It's the nature of the junior Bonspiel.
Evan's a professional, though. Yep. He can settle in and make these shots.
It looks a little on the narrow side, but I think they're waiting to... a lot of screaming at each other.
Maybe some misunderstanding on the sweep call.
Yeah, that was... So steal a 1 for Marcin gives a score of 4-2 after 4 ends.
Yeah, I think there was a little miscommunication on that sweep call.
Agreed.
Bit of frustration there, but they've still got a 2-point lead here.
Yep.
This is a game.
Yep. That was definitely a great, a nicely executed end as well. Really great, hits from both teams. So,
yeah, some interesting shot making after some missed draws early on.
Mm-hmm. Definitely made
got a lot of guards in play. And
speaking of guards in play, sheet D looks like a little bit of a yellow wall out there.
Guards in play.
Protecting a lone yellow in the house right now. And we're starting skips rocks right now on sheet D. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's Team Major who's yellow. Yes, Team Major. Looks like they're going to try to add another one to the house. While on sheet C, it looks like we're doing some hits on the shot rock right now.
Excuse me, I had a bit of taco.
Speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and grab a quick drink. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, again, we have a rock that was thrown into the house here, which means that we have the opportunity to hit it. Looks like this hit is over curling, and we're gonna miss completely, unfortunately. But now it'd be really great if we could see a guard in play, and actually, if this guard is made, this would be a really good setup for the Ohio team starting off this end. Sweepers are giving it a bit of a clean, but looks like this one might be a little bit heavy. That's a really nice guard. It was not heavy at all. This is a good call. I like this. Come down. You could actually probably tap that red a little bit and get shot out of the situation, or corner freeze to it for shot. If it does overcurl, that guard is not on the center line, so you could tick it out of the way, open up the shot stone. But this draw it looks a little heavy, but it's curling. Oh, it's just not quite going to get there, just a little bit extra weight. You've missed, actually. The Ohio team has gotten off to a really strong start this end. A couple misses by Team Carlson, and they're having a chance to potentially draw to sit 2 or throw up another guard. It's nice to see that I think getting that steal can really kind of put a feather in your cap, and and look at this. This is a lovely draw. I think the call was the guard, but you know what? Longtime curling partner of mine, Melvin Shaw, used to like to say, second shot's often as good as a guard, and I think in this case, it's still forcing the same shot.
This is a wonderful constructed end from Marcin right now. Forcing them into the, it looks like it might try to be like a fancy runner if they need to, but I hope there's a peel out.
Looks like they've got the peel.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised to see Marcin doing the call to put it back, and there it is. 3 guard. If I was on Team Carlson right now, my goal would need to be calming the motions down a little bit. We had a really good end.
Yeah.
That was a tight miss in the last one. Bounce back quickly.
Yep.
I like to reference Ted Lasso here. Live like a goldfish. Just short memory.
Yep.
You make your misses. Try not to hold on to it too long.
What I say about skipping is you have to have equal parts a very long and a very short memory. You have to remember what every shot does, what every person does, what every spot on the ice does, what every rock does. You have to think of all those things. But then you have to have a very short memory if you miss a shot, and shake it off and try again next end.
It's like, what do you remember? You remember intellectually, you remember what physically happened, but you have to forget all the emotional things that you felt from it.
Yeah. Dylan's shaking his head.
I love it when Dylan agrees with us and he doesn't say a single thing. He's just like, yep. And then he points.
Over there
then
nodding.
He points he's reminding us, look over there, look over there, look over there.
I'm starting to pick up on Dylan's pointing. Looks like this one's probably going to get the guard.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to just clip the guard.
Just a little down weight.
I don't hate the idea of keeping that as a corner, though, as a spiller, so that when they go after another guard again, they can spill behind it again.
It is good that they rolled off. My worry on calling those sometimes is that, you're just off the center line and then you ruin your draw shot on that side. But it looks like they got that one off. Oh, I'm getting the motions to look. This is hammer. Uh-oh. And it looks like Henrik Carlson hit and rolled out with that. So it's just going to be a single for Team Carlson on sheet C.
And it looks like we got ourselves a tie game after 5 ends.
Oh, no, and this guard is a little heavy. And this is what I like to tell people that, don't understand about the benefit of peeling guards. So a guard back into the perfect place is not a gimme.
Yeah.
And so, it's always the right way to miss to potentially just peel a guard out, because you look in this situation, they had a couple really nice guards made, and then now they're getting an opportunity to remove shot stone and open this situation up for them to score. I really hope that Ben can kind of park his frustration on the on the last and make a good one here and get his team out of a little bit of a jam.
You literally took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say the exact same thing.
He had a lot of frustration, I could tell, from that missed sweep call, and so he misses the double by a fraction.
However, I'm not really mad about the placement on that yellow.
No.
You give an opportunity to run that back into the shot.
Yep.
So
they can't guard everything here.
Yep.
So if they guard on top of the yellow, then the red double is accessible. If they guard on top of the red, then the tap back on the yellow is accessible. So it's hard to protect every shot here.
Yep.
Tight and kind of in between might be something to think about. But that yellow's in a really good position. I think even though Ben didn't make that perfectly as called, I think the outcome was really good for them.
So Jacob Luce, I'm going to say it wrong, Luce? Thank you. Jacob Luce with their second. Sweepers are kind of iffy about it. They're in this we want to sweep, we're just going to wait for the line call here. It's a good guard. Came over a little bit. I think it maybe overcurled just a touch. So there is that double, the red that you were mentioned earlier, and it looks like that's exactly what the shot is. So shooting for normal weight, just hit nose is the proposed idea right now by Evan. And Ben did just throw some up weight, so feeling good into it right now. So here we go.
So you see, he's going to demonstrate what I was telling you, which is that we have the double accessible with that guard over the yellow.
And William is holding that line as best as they can.
It's overcurling.
It just overcurled enough. Yep.
Oh, but the yellow stayed in the house. There is currently a double available on those reds.
And Jacob, this Jacob as advice on this team has always on top of it, knows what's going on all sides of the game. Really advice that I'm very impressed with this entire tournament. Already knows exactly what's going on, reading Peyton's mind a little bit. This is where you're going. You got this. Very little conversation. Just go and throw what you can throw, Skip. So Peyton's first, trying to guard up that double attempt. It looks like we got a score update on sheet D where the score is now 9-0 in favor of Major.
Tough.
So we got a guard for sure from Team Marcin. Unfortunately, it overcurls. It does appear to maybe make it difficult for the double. You only see just a sliver of shot rock.
Yeah.
But that sliver might actually be all you need.
At this point, they just need to score. What I love the shot call. Where's Mindy to hear me? Mindy's not around, but Mark's here to hear me say, I love this shot call, which is, I think, just kind of play the heavy draw down to the shot stone, get shot, try to make sure you're going to score here.
I like that, yep. Courtney, I just want to say thank you. This has been a great, having you as commentating with this has been wonderful because
I always share my opinions.
I love the opinions, but I'm learning from them as well as learning from you. So this has been wonderful. So thank you so much for providing your breadth of knowledge here.
They're really trying hard to get this to curl. I am slightly concerned it may go through the hole. Hopefully they at least get the back one.
They got the back one for sure.
Back one.
Push the back one. They don't have it out completely. And I think that's open enough where there could be a pick out or at least a thick hit would keep 1, 2, 3 in play and force Evan to a single. In fact, I wouldn't even want to do anything that's going to go anywhere close to the center line.
I don't
only
think
because
he's hitting this. I think he's just
guarding it.
Guarding. I mean, you could honestly he knows the line. You could honestly just even sink a second shot here.
Quite possibly.
Even if you were on the outside corner, it would be not removable.
That's why I like the hit though. I like the hit because it's going to sit 3 and it keeps it. You're not even going anywhere close to what's on the center line to make it more difficult. So, but it does look like a guard weight here. If anything, maybe slipping into top 12. Wait's there
like
for
he's
top 12.
The guard. Oh no,
it's slipping top 8 maybe. Make it if you're going to do it. Make it deeper.
No. I disagree with these parents who are yelling, "Make it score!"
Because the closer you're going to get, the closer you get the slash double. Yeah.
Yep. I think they left it. You are just hoping for that one to stop.
Yep. And that's exactly. And
it is forcing Evan to play this very difficult out-turn draw to the lid.
Yep. If that rock was maybe 2 feet deeper, then the conversation would have been a guard. It would have been the slash double. But there's enough separation between shot and third rock to force the draw here. So here we go. Hammer shot from Team Carlson in this fifth end. Little positive on that release, too.
He's like, please never sweep this. Never.
Well, it's settling now, so they got to make sure that the weight's there.
It's got a long
12-6, so it's a little warm. Yeah. Real warm there.
Fortunately, this is just for a steal of 1.
All right, some Team Marcin is going to get a 1 here. Hold on to the hammer after 5. We are currently looking over at Sheet C. We are currently in the start of Vice's rocks. Looks like the house is in favor for Team Stilp right now, and I thought the possibility of a draw, a guard, but it looks like it's a little warm.
A little heavy.
You're going to split those yellows, I think. You need to. It doesn't hurt too much. I think it's still going to be tough to get rid of Carlson to get rid of the red and the shot rock. So they can do just like a hack weight or control weight, which is what they just called control weight hit into it. Good sweep in there on sheet C, holding that line. Calling for the curl now. Got contact, but I think you didn't need to curl it a little bit more. It does open it up though, so the Stilp just needs to throw a guard now, or looks like the shot is going to be drawing into the top 4. Nice high guard for Team Marcin to start the end here. I believe Evan's calling for just a corner guard. However, got to pay attention to the tick rule because the tick rule is now in play. I think it is important to notify people when the tick rule is in play.
I like your tick rule is in play.
Oh, you like the fact that you like the tick rule is in play.
The tick rule is in play.
Thank you. I do what I can. Slips in a little deeper than they would have probably liked for a corner guard, so they're sitting.
I don't think so. I think they were actually playing the draw to the wing.
Oh, I thought I saw an indication.
Was it a corner guard? Sorry.
I thought I saw the indication for it.
We all know how good I am at paying attention.
What? We're both basically like hyperactive hyperactive dogs looking for a squirrel. What? What?
Squirrel. It looks like.
It's just going to be, I think they indicated a draw behind, or at least a 3, but it's looking a little wide. Those sweepers got
I'm looking at sheet C, And it looks like, oh goodness, looks like Freya is sitting shot, maybe just one, I think. Looks like that yellow in the back is second shot. But is this Hammer, or is this her first?
This, I believe, is her first.
So she's probably drawing another one. I mean, I'd draw another one in there.
I think that was the call I saw, was draw one in there because you can freeze it. I would not like to see it corner freeze on the high side, because if they do that, then there's going to be some heat that can knock all three out. So a good like nose or maybe crossing the nose freeze would be really nice here. And a nice back four draw from Sylvan. Keeps the button open, so I think Peyton's calling for the draw onto the button here for their skip.
Yeah.
Maybe
I like
even
the freeze here.
I like the freeze. I don't hate the idea of doing like a maybe that line looks like it's a little tight for, so maybe like a heavy draw back line, just push.
The guard's pretty long. I don't hate the freeze right now.
Yeah.
It looks like he was a hair tight.
And they're already sweeping it for a line right now. It's already curling.
Oh, wow. Freya made a really nice draw to the lid.
Crosses it exactly where I was hoping they would cross it.
But there's a little bit of a but here.
Ah.
And that but is that I think if Henrik can get to nose on this one, which I think he can, he's going to make both of those reds go away pretty quickly. But he's got to make it.
Well, what does...
Oh, nope. Looks like he put it out a little bit.
Well, I was going to ask you, what would have happened to the... If they noses it, wouldn't it go into their back yellow? But it's a moot point right now.
Yeah, it might. So, to your point, I think it could have gone into the back yellow.
Yep.
But then they'd be sitting... It'd be almost impossible to get to.
Believe that Freya is basically calling for the same shot, but the same shot with Hammer, they'd be able to go and get a three spot here. So sheet C to the right of your screen, everybody, will be a draw attempt here for three. But we're going to do an overhead view so you can take a look here. So Freya just needs maybe biting button weight. She just saw it. She's just going to play the same shot again for Stilp. Sweeper staying close, just to be on the safe side. Line's looking good for them.
This looks really good. It's a hair heavy, but I think it should be fine. Geez, nice shot, Freya.
Well done. So that looks like three.
Well.
That looks like a spot of three for Stilp there.
Some really nicely thrown stones by little Freya.
Yep. So that looks like to be a 6-3 lead going into the seventh end here. So nicely done from Team Stilp, setting up a good end all the way through. Good sweeping on that one as well. And right now, Evan calling for a firm weight on a double attempt here. I at least like get rid of the red, and if they lose their shooter in the back, I don't think he's that upset about it. So William calling for, calling a hit weight for William here, which I believe is his second, but they need to call for some sweeping on getting some curl here. Misses the, just cuts the guard. However, just gets a good course correction, loses everything. the shrug from the skip going, well, it worked.
Yeah.
Gotta love those little kisses. Those little kisses, course corrects for you.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Not saying he's not good. He's probably also good, but a little luck goes a long
way.
Little,
yeah. If I'm not mistaken, on sheet D, are we back into a situation where every rock is in play again? Looks like every rock is in play. And on sheet, no wait, there's two reds that are back there that are not in play. So not every rock, but And a nice draw there from Jacob. Draw behind coverage.
Another
Nicely
really nice
done.
clutch shot from the skip.
Vice from the Vice, Jacob, yep.
Sorry.
And Evan just calling for draw down to it, and if he's a little heavy, if the line's looking good, just a push out. So Ben with his first Vice's rocks here for Carlson. Sylvan being called to sweep for the line. Calling top 4 weight. It's curling now. Looks like it's over curling into the second yellow guard there.
Oh.
Get some spillage there. That's not bad. It's not the result they wanted, but it opens it up a bit.
Open it up. Unfortunately, though, when they plug this hole, there's going to be a lot of guards kind of choking off that draw path.
The weight was good. It was exactly what they were hoping for. I heard 13.3 or 13.4 in the ice, and they threw a 13.3, so. Looks like we got a viewer count of 24 plus people, one of them being on Courtney's phone. So hello, 24 plus people. Hope you're having a wonderful night and you're enjoying your Veterans Day weekend. If you are a vet, just want to take the time to say thank you for your service. Nice guard weight here from Jacob. All right, so Ben being asked to peel a guard. Needs to move a little bit, but I think we got the movement there. Sylvan now being asked to hold that line a little bit. So you get the hit. Opens up the center line. Peyton looking like he's going to be either plugging up the hole again or probably trying to out count and sit 1-2. I'd probably be throwing the guard, but that's just me. I am usually wrong, and I will own it when I am. Looks like on sheet D, looks like Team Tudor finally got themselves on the board with a single in 5. So nicely done on Team Tudor on sheet D. Sweepers are on it here on the feature sheet, trying to get that guard weight. Looks like it's going to be a 2 guard. One's not going to be that bad either. Anything to choke off the draw path. Nicely done here. Couple options here for Carlson. I'm a big fan of just probably popping the guard here. Make them throw the guard again. However, I believe this is, for this line, I wonder if it's an attempt at the freeze. I don't really know. I didn't see any indication of the shot. All I see is the line.
Maybe just the attempt to get shot.
I think so.
I would like to give a shout out to Brookville Beer Farm. I am having one of their very tasty First Frost Dunkels.
Oh, nice. Is it a pale ale? Lager.
Dunkel is a dark lager.
Dark lager, cool. You all can tell I don't drink, so. Love the commentary. Thank you, Rob. Hello, friend. Hello, everybody in the chat room. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Looks like it's, oh, come on.
Your friend Lori.
Hello, Lori. So weight looked really good, but it just needed to curl a little bit for Evans first. It just clips the guard. Opens up a little bit higher of a draw path, so it's not awful. Just needed to curl up a little bit. So right now, Peyton Marcin's probably happy just to put up another guard here. Hold on to their 1. and force Carlson into a shot here. I mean, with this line, you could very well go a little bit, you can get a little greedy, go top 8, sit 1-2 buried behind their centerline guard here. But I think a guard to clog this up is good as well. So
yeah, I think my concern with coming into the house, if you ever wrecked on the yellow, that kind of it'd be a little bit overburied yellow. You might give them an opportunity to make the double.
Well, right now it's looking a little warm, so I think you might actually be sliding in top full 12 here.
I would be trying to get this.
So sliding as a biter.
The parents are upset again that they didn't get second shot, but again, I would argue the parents are wrong.
I am going to move. Pardon me for one moment. I would like for Courtney to be in. I don't want to be the buffer between them. She said it, not me. Oh, I'm just sitting here.
If they bring that rock to to the 8 foot, that double is not that hard.
No, I agree. But
it wasn't going to bury.
I will say
again. I think hoping for it to stop is.
They still he still would still have to throw it though, and
yes. Yeah, but I mean, I think there's an argument to be made for sitting 2 here because they do have this shot.
Right.
The shot that's been called, which is the run back on the yellow. But, you have to think, like, this is a line they haven't played a lot. I think a center line is.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, this is the line that they tried to throw and 4. So they've seen it before. I remember the yelling from last time. And just over curls, so.
Again.
So we got themselves a steal of 1 for Marcin here. We have a tie game after 6. Evan throwing the same line and same hit weight that he did in 4 here. So tie game here on sheet B. And then taking a look, I can't remember, I need to take a look here on sheet C. We have a 2-point game favoring Stilp on, 3-point game favoring Stilp on C. And looks as though team Major has control of the game on sheet D. Oh, I'm just checking in the chat room because I got called out for not checking the chat room regularly, so I'm now checking the chat room. By the way, it's time for us to check the chat room. Nothing new there. All right, there we go.
Acknowledge Lori.
Hello, Lori Neal. All right, tick rule is in play now. Tick rule is in play now. The eye roll from Courtney, folks. The eye roll was so good. I know that she was about to say I didn't roll my eyes. I watched you the entire. That was an eye roll if I've ever seen one.
Though. Hey.
You said you liked it.
And look at on sheet D, we have a score of 1.
Oh yeah.
In the 5th end. I missed that.
Yeah.
But you know what? I bet that feels really good.
Oh yeah. Letting everybody breathe out a little bit. Sylvan. Helping out, being a 3-person squad here. I think they're going for the draw behind. Looks a little warm, though. That looks like maybe backline. It's checking up nicely. It might be a button. I might be wrong here. Haha. I usually am. It was just touching top 4. But it is open enough where the lead could probably just do a hack weight hit, which is what Peyton just called here for Team Marcin. Oh, I do appreciate the 1-2 combination here. So in sheet C, we got the front end, one person lifting the rock, the other person wiping underneath it. So teamwork makes the dream work, folks.
They're cleaning the rock for Freya.
Oh, of course. It's a wonderful team. A wonderful team coming here. This attempted hack weight hit here on our feature sheet is just over Curlin. The weight was maybe just a touchdown, but splits the guard.
And Rob,
yes,
can you remove your own guard?
You can remove your
with the no-tick rule.
You should be able to.
Oh, we have some more commentary. Hi from Bowling Green, Ohio. Go Team Marcin.
Hello again, Patrick.
Thanks, Patrick.
I believe Patrick was here earlier too. Merci.
Oh, the moral victory.
Moral victory. Okay. Oh, that's actually a really great question. Thanks for asking that. I'm going to direct my attention over to one of the parents from Team Marcin. I'm saying, are y'all preparing for U18, U21 playdowns soon? Or I did see earlier your Peyton had a Youth Olympic Games hoodie. Were they at mixed doubles or were they at the full four side? So. Oh, that's wonderful. So I just found out both Zach Meyer and Peyton Marcin were both on two different teams for the Youth Olympic Games playdowns for the United States. For those of you who might not be aware, the Youth Olympic Games is a four-side mixed and a mixed double. So they recently had the mixed doubles trials, but it is a mixed format for the Youth Olympic Games. A mixed meaning that you alternate by gender, so gender identity, so male, female, or vice versa. It is not an open format for it, and they nice to know that we got two representatives here that were playing in it. And they said U18 playdown or U21 playdown. And that one's up in Great Lakes. So Mayfield Curling Club will be hosting a U18 playdown on December the 8th. I know that the weekend prior, Ardsley Curling Club in Westchester, New York, will be hosting the East Coast U18 playdown. I was asked to officiate that, so still figuring out if I got time. So we are in that wonderful time for playdowns activity. U18's coming up early December. U21s, I know U21s in Broomstone will be happening middle of December. Any word what y'all are doing, if you're doing U21s as well? Oh, so the Wisconsin U21s was early, so they're happening this weekend in Eau Claire. Yeah, you can do, there's like 4 or 5 of them right now, so it's a running set of playdowns. So Madison and Minnesota. Oh, sorry, Wisconsin and Minnesota will probably have like 2 or 3 close to each other. Do you know if Seattle is hosting one again this year, or did the Coyotes pick it up? Okay.
So we're looking at a down weight hit here. They're going to try to get the inside roll.
Line is
like he got a little out there with this one, so I'm not sure if it's going to come back enough to make contact.
Yeah, they're trying to get that sweep to get the curl. Just pinched it wide. He knew out of hand that the minute it launched, it was wide. So William being asked to throw a guard, and I think Evan said something about maybe in the house will be okay, but I think the guard is the right shot there. Rob, it would be great to see you. Oh, thanks, Lori. Broomstones is not. Broomstones is next weekend. Ardsley is the weekend of December, 1st of December. Yeah.
So to answer Lori's question about the no-tick rule, Rob has been indicating we do play the no-tick rule here at the Summer Curling Club. I think it's important. What? Oh, am I too far away? Sorry. I think it's important to note the no-tick rule is not. It's part of the WCF rule book. So really, clubs should be if they play with WCF rules. It's not really optional. So that was the choice made by our club, is to continue to follow WCF rules. And I guess I would just be surprised if other clubs are not doing the same.
Well, be surprised. I was at the Founders Bonspiel at Plainfield just up the road, and they were not playing the tick rule. And I believe they're not playing the tick rule in their competitive league. So I could find out from my friend Scott DePalma, who's down here. I think he might be listening. So if he is listening, throw something in the chat room about it. But I also know that there are a couple people who play mixed playdowns, as well as a member of a competitive women's team that's at a Plainfield, so they should probably regularly be playing it. So maybe Bonspiel rule is different than their Monday night competitive league rule. I don't really know, but we'll probably find out. Oh, nicely done by Team Stilp to avoid the tick rule violation. Manages to tick their own guard off the center line and not touch the yellow center line guard. So
it is going to get very messy on sheet C, I imagine, because Team Carlson they need to steal 2 here to tie this game up.
And it looks like they're trying to get a guard off of that, and it's looking good. A little bit more curl there. They're covered about half of that shot, the second shot rock in the back. I did see a comment from Lori Neal talking about going to Plainfield for play down for practice with Ivy Neal, her daughter, curling with Kalina Petrov, who is one of a very talented curler of the Plainfield Curling Club, who I had an opportunity of coaching, as well as coaching her brother, Georgi Petrov, for a number of years.
Oh, are these Evos kids?
These are Evos kids, yeah. I played.
So it's kind of fun to see
the
generation of people that I play against having a generation of children playing against.
I literally played with Evo, Georgi, and Kalina at the Founders. They literally asked me, "Do you want to come up for Founders?" I'm like, "Am I playing with the whole family?" They're like, "Well, yeah." I'm like, "I am in." So
nice.
It was a lot of fun. And for only playing for a couple of years, Kalina has definitely taken to the sport. She's very competitive. She's very athletic. Does a lot of different sports. So
wow, her dad is a really good curler. So she comes
Bulgarian national champion. He was my competitive skip, and I learned a lot from him too.
Really running straight on them here.
Yep, they're going to make contact, but it just moves enough that
not helping the situation.
Not at all.
So this is kind of that thing that I was talking about earlier. The air side on these shots is to remove the guard, and open something up. That was an unfortunate miss, kind of a miss that we would call the wrong way.
I actually want to change the subject a little bit. I want to talk about this call here from Carlson. How do you feel about their activity staying on this out-turn side, going for either a draw or maybe a guard on this side? How do you feel about keeping the action to this side right now if you're Team Carlson?
Oh, I love that.
You do?
I like trying to... Oh, he's getting the speed square.
We have a request for a speed square activity. Oh, they're already doing it? Great. All right.
Except he's using it wrong.
Yep.
But somebody may need to go out there and show them how to use this.
An adult is requested on sheet C.
Potomac curler Ben Keene, who
it seems keen to help.
He's sitting back down. Somebody else has come to help.
I had a pun.
Mark is there. I'm just ignoring that.
Why would you do that to me? Anyway, talk a little bit about keeping the attention here on this side.
Pun is the lowest form of humor.
And I like that low-hanging fruit.
So I guess my question is where would you go with this one, if not to try to choke off a hit or a draw on that side of the sheet?
I'm just asking for commentary conversation. You're the expert. I'm just wanting your opinion on this.
Am I the expert?
Between the two of us,
yes. Oh,
yes.
God, there's like so much.
It's a learning opportunity here on Sheet C. Everyone's learning something. You too can learn because you can see it nicely in the bottom right of your screen. I actually agree with the call as well. I like keeping the action to that side because you're forcing your opposition into a cold side. No one's really seen a curl on the intern side. So I too like it. I just wanted to get your perspective on it. So here's Peyton throwing his first without a hammer. Looks like it's going to be a draw attempt. The top four, the full four is open. If they get full four, they'll be sitting one.
Just clapping because Sheet D is coming off the ice.
Looks like it's going to just touch the guard there, clogs up that, doesn't clog up the draw path, but it makes the draw path a little bit smaller.
This is a tough situation that Team Marcin is finding themselves in right now, with not a lot of rocks left to get themselves out of trouble. I am not a big fan.
Let's take a look at this on sheet. Oh.
I am not a big fan of throwing up a center guard when you have hammer. But in this situation, they're sitting 3. There is really I don't see any path to get in there. So choking off this draw is not a bad call.
I agree. I like this. I would probably go a little bit further out just to make sure you really are clogging that line, clogging the port, I mean, but...
Yeah, this doesn't look like a ton of ice for what he's calling, but, he knows presumably how to broom for himself, so...
Well, you also got to try to make it, how are you going to get an opportunity for 4 here, too? Because if you got hammer, you're sitting 3, you have an opportunity to get 4 if you can. So it's this mix of how do I protect and still give me something that I could work with for my hammer shot. So it's a high guard there, clogs the draw path, but there's still a draw opportunity.
You could still get around that. See, it did over-curl a little bit, and now I do think there is the draw available to get shot stone under that guard. This is why I don't generally like throwing a center guard. I mean, this is not a center guard, but,
I know
you have the hammer. Ooh. Freya is trying to hit herself out of trouble here, and
looks like they might be going off their own.
I don't think...
Oh, nice hit!
Double, Camille.
Well done, Camille, for Team Stilp. Well done.
Her dad rolled in just in time to see that shot. Uh-oh, this draw's looking a little pacey.
Yeah, it needs to check up a bit. There's some dig there, but is it going to check up fast enough? It's digging, it's digging.
Oh, no.
But it just slides through,
Team Carlson's still sitting at 3, and with hammer to come.
And just saw that draw path, too. Just saw
and
that.
backing for the draw. Ooh, that's a tough one.
And just saw on sheet C a hit attempt on the double to try to get both the yellows out, or the reds out. Just ended up not curling enough and just picks the shot rock. Not out. It picks it, moves it, but it jams in the back. So it looks like Team Stilp is sitting 1-2 right now. And here is Evan Carlson throwing hammer. This is a shot for a potential 4. They're already sweeping for curl. Cannot touch that. It looks, they're calling him off. Needs to be full 8 with backing, and that's a nice shot for 4.
Yeah, it's a great shot.
So nice shot for 4 there for Team Carlson. All right.
Are we done? Or I saw some fist bumps. I wasn't.
Oh, that was
sure.
the fist bumps between the Carlson team.
Oh, okay.
And speaking of Carlson team, the other Carlson team, the not Evan Carlson. See what I did there? Henrik. I already did it. I already messed it up 3 times.
3?
This game, I kept calling him Evan again this game too. Everyone is Evan. Evan, and Brian. Oh, I have to get pumpkin spice cold brew as a penance. All right, so Henrik here looks like it's a heavy draw. It looks like it's a draw here. They need to get a 2 here in this end to tie without hammer. They need to still 2. They have without hammer, so yeah.
He made a nice draw here. This will be available for Freya to hit. I will say I am a big fan of the draw call there.
From which Carlson?
Henrik. I think a lot of people might have they think about hitting that red. I kind of like that he just went for the draw there.
I agree.
It's wide open. He'll have the hit, and to bring that either of those yellows into play, you have to remove 3 reds. So.
There's something also savvy to it because you're going to get jamming in the back there. So you go after the hit, but what if you just jam and the back red's back there? It almost defeats the purpose there. So I actually think it was a really good move to do that draw. And then you're going to do it again.
I mean, it's looking unlikely for them to be able to sit more than 1 here.
They just,
I'm not sure. I think the quad is there.
You never know. This is junior curling after all. I've seen crazier things on 5 and under curling, and they've technically been curling longer, so you never know. Sylvan being asked to throw a guard here, I think, just making sure you're covering up that shot rock for Carlson.
I'm not sure.
They're calling top 4, though, so I think it's going to be in.
I would imagine the call was
the call should have been in,
yeah.
My apologies. I thought I saw an indication for a guard there, so. And Henrik just a bit wide. And I believe that's going to be
for the win. Freya's
just
trying to indicate that she has no interest in throwing her last rock as she is already sitting several.
Yep.
But, hats off to her front end. They already have that rock cleaned and ready for her.
So congratulations to
the engagement of that front end in keeping her rock clean is very impressive.
So congratulations, Team Stilp, getting their W this evening. 6-4, and with the concession at the end there. So good work on all teams there. A lot of fun watching that game. Back to our attention here on sheet B. It's just going to be anything. It's going to be a lot of Visine shots. Get all the red out. I can't take credit for that. That's a Plainfield standing joke that I love. So the Visine shot. Yep, and you didn't have to look at me, and I could feel the anger. Feel the anger. I regret nothing. Good contact here.
No jam. Yeah, it's really important when you need to take 4. I think some people may watch this and say, well, you need to take 4. You got to put 4 rocks in the house. But they really needed to get some guards in play before before they could be removed, because it's very difficult. Even at the junior level, that's a lot of hits they'd have to miss.
I do wonder if the call here would have been go ahead. When do you go after the freeze on the 2 here?
Yeah, for me, I would probably play a tap back here. Rob, how did your team do in the Founders?
Our team won the D event. We had a wonderful game against the U18 national bronze medalist Team Sanzali, who also had Wayne Anderson on. We had a wonderful battle that we lost by 1 shot. So we ended up in the D event final, won that one. It was a lot of fun. I now have 2 of my shovels. I have 2 more shovels to go for my Founders set. So thank you very much for asking.
To win every event?
To get a color in every event, not to win one. I haven't won the A event yet. I got A event runner-up, so I got the gold shovel. Now I've got the pewter shovel. Now I need to get bronze and silver.
Okay.
Collect all the shovels from the Founders. Speaking of Bonspiels, while we are winding down with this game today, I just want to mention to you all that we've got Embassy Row coming up here. I want to say the second weekend of December. Am I wrong? I think it's second weekend of December. The Philadelphia Bonspiel. I think we've got a couple, not Philadelphia, Potomac Bonspiel. We've got a couple spots available last I saw online. So if you want to get a team together for a Bonspiel, we'll be hosting. It is a Philippines-themed Bonspiel this year, and I have been told there will be amazing food this year.
I mean, Filipino food is delicious.
I did say that if there's adobo, I'm going to be happy. Anything with it. Like my best friend was my best friend from college is Filipino, and her mom would always bring adobo up every other weekend. It was wonderful. Loved it.
Yep.
So the call here looks to be the freeze.
It calls the freeze. It looks like they're going to get a guard out of it, which I don't hate. Although I think we are down to maybe 4 rocks left, so we're probably to the point where they will all need to count.
Okay.
So.
And Evan calling for the peel hit here. Peel and lose the shooter. So here comes Ben with his first for the final end here. Needs to curl a bit. William on the push here. It's curling nicely. Just needs to curl a bit more. Make contact here. Makes contact, but not enough. So guard's still in play. Sitting 4 now, though.
But, I mean, it's going to be a struggle to find 4 places to put rocks. I like this call.
I like the call. That was my first. My gut said literally just freeze it right there.
Yeah.
And that's what Peyton called it. So.
Yeah, because even if you freeze this on the side, the outside, it would be hard to remove it without jamming it on that other yellow. Oh, this looks light.
Actually, I think the weight looks decent. I think they can pound it. They're just calling for curl right now.
I think they need to go for weight.
It's coming up a bit now. Yeah, you were right. Nice observation from the warm room on that
warm room weight call.
Warm room weight call.
I won't even I can't even call weight on stones from the house.
Did you hear that, folks? She said it. It's on. It is out there now. She did admit to it.
I always, my team. I always say, I give them the take a look, or it kind of looks heavy.
Half the time,
curling like it's light.
Half the time, I am wrong. Half the time.
Yeah.
Control weight to the call right now. They need to just make contact make clean contact on the red and not have it stick around or jam on anything. Good contact right through the hole.
Through the hole. Nice shot.
Nice shot from Ben.
That is the end of this one.
Well, not necessarily. They still got the guard in 3, so mathematically, play all your outs and just hope. Don't look at me like that. I know what you're thinking, but at least they got a shot. They still have it, so play it out.
So you're telling me I've got a shot.
So you're telling me I have a shot. Yes, I'm telling you mathematically you have a shot. Sweepers trying to sweep for curl. They're both in agreement that it seemed a little little up. Looks like it's digging nicely. It looks like it's going to be top 4 to tee. Both 4 now. All right.
This rock is wide open, though. It should be a pretty... Oh, the parents have indicated that they should shake.
All right.
I mean, I'd probably have just let Evan throw that one, and they probably would have shaken after that when they realized that they didn't quite have enough rocks to make it happen. But
congratulations to Team Carlson getting their W this evening against Team Marcin.
Yeah.
So tomorrow morning we'll have a 9 a.m. draw. Our feature sheet will be A2. So we'll have Team Penn going up against Team Stilp on the feature sheet. Right beside them on sheet A, we will have Team Whitaker against Team Carlson, who was just Team Evan Carlson. And then on sheet C, we will have Team Desmond up against Team Major. So at 9 a.m., we hope to have y'all join us. We already have the streams ready to go, so feel free to go to our YouTube channel, click on the preset streams and get notifications when we go live tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I know I'll be here. Dylan, will you be here? I'll have so much caffeine for a 9 a.m. draw. We're going to have fun. I do believe, Courtney, are you going to join us tomorrow? No? Well, thank you very much for coming to join us tonight. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot from you, so thank you so much. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And
enjoyed my strong opinions.
There you go. Hot takes.
Hot takes.
Y'all take it easy. Have a good night.
Yep.